So obviously, we can see that the finance minister has been lately involved in a lot of funds accusation and so on and so forth, because about a few days ago she was also called by the House of Rep, by the Senate, on how what she did with some monies that she borrowed on behalf of a company that's about 1.7 billion naira. And not just that, Senate has again summoned her and also the chief of army staff, that is Atahiro, on the 199 billion naira anti-terror fund spending. How did that money go, or what happened to that money? I remember that Atahiro just got in as the new chief of army staff, as about few, is it even up to a month? Yes. And since then, before then, though, they've been talking about this fund that went missing, that was supposed to be used for the purchase of weapons and all of that. But I don't know why they are calling Atahiro for this. I think the likes of people that should be called Buratai and others that were actually here before these new service chiefs were called in. But somehow we'll find out how he is involved in all of this and what they are saying regarding the 199 billion naira anti-terror fund spending. Because, soldiers and others are crying and saying they don't have weapons to face the challenges ahead. That is the Boko Haram sect and other terrorist and bandit groups that Nigeria is facing at the moment. Anyway, more details will come to you shortly. But please, if you have not subscribed, ensure you hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Turn on the notification bell so that you can get updated anytime we drop a new video. All right, guys, right here it says that the Ministry of Finance told the Senate Committee on Army on Thursday that the federal government spent 198.84 billion naira to fight terrorism from 2019 till date. The Permanent Secretary Special Duties in the Finance Ministry, Alihu Shinkafi, said all the funds appropriated for the war against insurgency has been released to the military authorities. The Permanent Secretary told the committee that 75 billion naira was appropriated and released in 2019, adding that 7 billion naira was released in 2019. Shinkafi said 2.5 billion naira was released in 2019 and tagged as administration. The Permanent Secretary also told the senators that 75 billion naira was appropriated in 2020, but that 74.99 billion naira was released. He said in the current year, 100 billion naira was appropriated and we have released 19.4 billion naira for the first quarter. Just yesterday, we released 19.95 billion naira for the second quarter, he added. Undume, however, brought out a letter from the Chief of Defense Staff where he said the military authorities complained that they had a shortfall of 50 billion naira as far as releases from the Finance Ministry was concerned. Undume expressed dissatisfaction with the non-appearance of the minister at the meeting. He therefore asked the committee's secretariat to summon her alongside the Director General of the Budget Office, Ben Akaboize, and the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Ibrahim Atahiro, for Tuesday. Ndume said, honestly, we are not happy that the Minister of Finance is not here today, despite the fact that she was duly invited and she knew the importance of the issue we invited her to discuss with us. We're blaming the military, but the soldiers are claiming that they have no equipment, arms and ammunition to work with because there was no money to buy them. We have invited the minister now to explain why her ministry was not funding the operations of the army and she is not here. This is not acceptable. The committee also asked the ministry officials to come back next Tuesday with details of the release made from 2019. So you can see some hanky-panky is being played here because the finance minister was not present for this very summon that was made by the Senate, because perhaps she's not even sure exactly what she wants to tell them, because recently they've been dragging her a lot for funds and all of those things that she has been holding back from Nigerians. And, these guys, they know whom to put, especially the president. He knows whom to put in some positions so that once there's a problem, he knows how to support them. But that has actually brought Nigeria to the situation that we are today, that Nigeria cannot even, you know, be peaceful. It is now, Nigeria is now in a terrible state. And this is going to get serious if all of this is not dealt with quickly. Imagine now that soldiers and armies are crying and saying they don't have weapons. What kind of a country does that? Your country is already in a surge of insecurity and terrorism, and yet you are not prepared for it. Even countries that are not prepared for war already have heavy ammunitions, have bombs and all the missiles ready in case there's a problem. But here we sit back, all we do is to embezzle money and go to other countries to invest our hard-earned money. It is terrible that if we continue like this, Nigeria will be nothing to write home about. Now Nigeria has become the third country with the highest terrorism. What a shame, and what a name for Nigeria. Who would ever think that Nigeria will come to that level where she will be named as the number 3 of the world's terrorized nations? So it is a terrible thing if these things are not taken into consideration. Now the finance minister is summoned, and yet she has not even showed up. Yet she's bringing representatives. For issues like this, you cannot use representatives to actually do the job. You have to be present yourself, but she is not present at the moment. But rather, I believe that she should be present so that she can stand up for this. But calling Atahiru, I don't think that is advisable. He was just appointed about a few months ago, and he has not even gotten hold of what the finance of the Nigerian army is, except he has been involved one way or the other that Nigerians do not know about. But he was officially appointed about a month or two ago. And if he's being called for the finance, and why the ministry is not being financed, why the army is not being financed, I wonder why he's being called for that. But I believe that the finance ministry should be able to finance the Nigerian army, because that is the number one area where we have problem today. And if we don't address it fast, it's going to degenerate to another thing. So I believe we should concentrate more. Even the finance ministry should understand that the number one area we should concentrate more on at the moment should be the Nigerian army. They need enough equipment, they need enough weapons so that they can face these deadly terrorists. Because if we continue like this, it's going to be seriously bad for Nigeria and Nigerians to, fight Boko Haram. These guys are being sponsored. So you can imagine the heavy ammunitions that are getting to them on a daily basis. So if we don't do all of this fast, it's going to be a bad omen for Nigeria. So really, we should just try to get things right, especially the finance minister. Let her get things right quickly. And also the Nigerian army chief should also stand up to his responsibility, because that was why they actually sacked the former service chiefs, because the president said they were not competent, yet he gave them another appointment. So he might not just be competent and expect another appointment, because it has now become a mediocre, it has become a cajole for Nigeria to give appointments to those that are not even capable. So dear friends, that is it. Thank you so much for listening. Drop your comments and tell us what you think. Thank you for always being here. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.